What's up, everyone? So I have been really into reading recently. Since last summer, I've only read a couple different series of books, and I decided to buy a whole bunch of books to prep for spring and summer. So I picked out a couple of different series that I thought that I might like, or just books in general that I've seen a lot of people talk about. And I know that now this is something that I'm really starting to get into. I may as well just make content about it. So I'm gonna give you guys a whole haul about all of the books that I'm going to be reading, but I just want you guys to comment down below some book suggestions or even just authors in general. I'm not quite sure what kind of books I really like to read. I just know that I really like to read. I've been more so focusing on more so like romance or like adventure type of books. Or I've also read a ton of different series for movies that I liked. Like I've read Game of Thrones, Hunger Games. I just finished A Court of Thorns and Roses and I really liked that. So I was thinking about starting some other Sarah J. Maas books. But yeah, if you guys have any like horror novel recommendations or something that's a little bit different, because maybe I just don't know what kind of books I really like to read. But I'm gonna show you guys these, and then I guess I could talk more about books after. But the first book that I bought was If He Had Been With Me, and I actually already finished reading this. And to say that I'm a little disappointed would be an understatement. I really liked this book, but the ending just absolutely like pissed me off, if I'm gonna be honest. So this was the first book that I decided to read. I don't think that there's necessarily a series that goes along with this, but I know that Laura Nowlin has a couple different books that are kind of like themed the same way as this one. At least I think, unless maybe I'm thinking of a different book. So if someone wants to talk to me about that book, please let me know, because I need someone. I need to know if I'm just like the crazy one for not liking the ending, because I saw so many people talking about that book and I'm just disappointed that I even read it. And then this is the next book that I'm going to be reading. It's just Tessa Bailey, and this book like just came out, and I don't think I really plan on reading all of the books that she's written, just because I do really like series. I like getting really like encapsulated in the story, and like I get attached to the characters and stuff. So I thought that I'd at least like give this a try. I don't know. I'm excited to read this though, and if I decide to read some of her other books, I'll have like 20 books to read over the summer, so because she's written a lot. And then the next book series that I'm hoping that I like is the Twisted series. So I just bought Twisted Love, obviously. And I'm really hoping that I like this, but I'm not entirely sure. It seems like it's a pretty good length. I feel like every person who likes reading has read this book, so I'm hoping that right before summer I can finish reading this one so that I can get the rest of the series. And this one I'm a little nervous about, but I bought Hooked. I'm pretty sure like this series specifically has like 10 or 15 books in it. It's kind of crazy, but I did not know how much smut is like in this, so I don't actually know if I'll really enjoy reading it that much, but I'm at least gonna give it a try, because again, I'm just kind of looking for series, like something that will take me a while to read, because I'm not necessarily like a super fast reader, but if a book is only like 200 or 300 pages, like I'm finished with it in like a day or two. So I just want something that like will take me a while to read. So I think this might be one of the last books that I try to read, honestly, but we're gonna see. And then I bought The Way I Used to Be. It just sounded really interesting, and the deal that Target was having was buy one, get one 50. So that's why I bought 6 books. But it just sounded really interesting, and then I also saw that there was gonna be a sequel that was coming out, so I thought, you know. But I think she also has a couple different books as well. So this might be the one that I read after Chase Me, so we'll see about that. And the last book that I have for this haul is Things We Hide from the Light, which again, I just feel like I've seen every single booktuber or book talk like have this, and it just seemed like a really good like lengthy series, since they're all like pretty hefty books, I would say. But I'm really, really excited to read this because a lot of people rave about Lucy's Score. And she has a ton of other books too, so if I like her writing, I'll try some other series as well. But those are all the books that I bought. And I just want to have a conversation about different like book authors and stuff because I just need to know people's opinions. I've thought about reading like Harry Potter and even like some Colleen Hoover books because again, I just feel like those are books that every single person has read. But like J.K. Rowling and Colleen Hoover both kind of have like their scandals, so is that like something that people really care about? Because I still see a ton of people reading Colleen Hoover, but I don't really want to like be a part of like that culture, if that makes sense. Which maybe like some of these authors might have scandals too, and I just don't know about it. But I'm just very conflicted on what books I should read and what books like or authors I should stay away from. Because Colleen Hoover literally has like 20 books and every single person like reads her books, and that's, I feel like she is the author right now. And like, I'm just having a really hard time finding books to read. Not even just ones that I'm interested in, because at this point, like, I'll try and read anything. But Colleen Hoover is like one of the only people that I see people really talking about. So that's why I need suggestions or even like recommendations. Because I love the Harry Potter movies. But if J.K. Rowling is like canceled, I don't want to be like, things like that. So what are your guys' thoughts on those kinds of authors? If you have any book suggestions, I'm almost considering reading The Lord of the Rings because I kind of just like that type of fantasy, but I've also never seen the Lord of the Rings movies, so I don't actually know if I'd like the concept of the books. But I'm gonna start out with these. I feel like this is a pretty hefty book haul, especially because I don't always have a ton of time to read, but I'd really like more suggestions since I'm getting more into reading. And maybe I'll talk more about books if that's something that you guys are interested in, and I'll do like a whole book collection because I have actually read a couple. I'll make sure to keep you guys posted on my thoughts for these books as well, and I'm thinking about just making this like a consistent thing on my channel if you guys like it. So don't forget to comment down below and like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!